everyone. Welcome to the Jersey Baseball Show today. We have a special guest down in Tampa at the University of South Florida, North Jersey native, who we allowed to escape right after high school down to Florida, living the life down there. It's USF pitcher and MLB draft prospect Ethan Brown. We welcome you to the show, Ethan, and I hear it's cold down there. It's like upper 50s and a little bit cloudy.
Yeah, we've had some rain the last couple of days, and it's not too fun, but that's better than what we got going on up there, I guess.
How long did it take you to adjust, right, to that new weather down there, and decide that this was where you wanted to stay when you went down initially?
I mean, the adjustment was kind of like a blink of an eye. I'm not going to say no to the heat, but once the blood thinned out, as soon as it gets below 50. I'm decked out over there like it's 10 degrees.
That's legit, right? Like being weather soft is absolutely legit, right? Yeah. So that's the thing. Now, do you get back up here very often or at all?
I actually haven't been back up since I moved.
Okay.
I keep trying to make trips, but I just don't have the time to.
So don't do it in the winter unless you have like a lot of coats. You know, we want you to come back, but we probably want you to do it in the summer is what we're saying.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about Ethan's journey to USF. Took the JUCO route out of high school, out of Lakeland Regional, where he was a star graduate 2018. Between there and USF, we had a couple of years at Seminole State, a great career there. But let's talk about that, because your initial plan did not really include Florida, right? It was kind of a family situation made things sort of change real quick.
Yep. So I was going to the County College of Morris on a small scholarship. Things happened. The dad wants to move down to Florida. Me being 18 years old, there's no shot I'm going to find an apartment up there and start living on my own that easy.
Not cheap.
So I packed it up and went down there with him. And that required me to find a new school in a very short amount of time. And I'm very thankful Seminole State gave me that opportunity to come play for them.
Yep. Well, I'm sure, like I said, you get a lefty who throws, 4 pitches, fastball low to mid-90s. Probably worked out well for both sides a little bit.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I feel like I definitely gave them exactly what they wanted and more.
For sure. So tell us about JUCO route. Being a JUCO bandit yourself, what did that end up meaning to you and pushing you towards your goals?
I mean, at first, the JUCO route to me it felt comfortable. But then I met some of the guys there that came from big D1 schools, and their goal mainly was to go back to those D1 schools. So I'm sitting here thinking, I thought Seminole State was going to be it. I thought I was going to go there, play, get my degree, and start the workforce. Because, again, being a small town kid, you don't really have realistically the biggest of hopes, even though you want to dream big. So just going there, learning a lot. Because, again, you look at Florida's, you look at Ole Miss's, they have all the resources, the gear, the fan base. So I'm coming into Seminole State thinking, all right, I mean, I guess let's just have fun and work. So my first year, it wasn't really a lot. I was just kind of enjoying the college lifestyle, if you will.
You're more E-Boogie at that point than Ethan Brown. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Yes. Just a little more just being a people person rather than a ball player.
Yeah.
But years kept going by, and I started to take some traction. People started to notice. I knew I could make something big of it. So I really locked in, really focused it out, seeing that the JUCO route was probably the best thing for me. Because everyone's going to JUCOs. Yeah, everyone's looking at high school, but that's 24s, 25s. D1 schools, they want guys now. They want guys that are going to come in, make an impact. So once I noticed that I can be a guy of that culture, I took it full upon myself to make it my goal to be the best out there.
Yep. And did so. And congrats and respect to you for doing that. And the end result, is a chance to play for a team that was, a pitch or two away from Omaha last year. I mean, that's, USF had a great May, great June in their journey. What's it mean to go through that and now have this opportunity at a place that showed last year can compete with the best?
I mean, a lot of the top guys for the Bulls last year are my friends now, like Colin Sullivan and Logan Lyle. So those two were the ones that kind of motivated me to come here. But now my challenge to myself is to be a little bit better than they were and take us up to Omaha this year.
Yeah, for sure. Now you put it in a sense that, it's your challenge to yourself. I mean, that's kind of something that's been a thing, small town in North Jersey. So people look at you like, where are you going to go from here?
Yeah.
Then to go not only JUCO, but to suddenly have to do it in Florida. So you're the guy going JUCO, but you're also the guy from from New Jersey. I mean, come on, these guys are all Florida guys. And now to be at USF that really wants to take that next step. I mean, has it always been for you? Look, we got some doubters. We got to just shut them up somehow.
It's been like that since high school. My coaches, guidance counselors, they had the same realistic thought that all my friends, if I want to call them friends, classmates had, that there's nothing really much after this. So I kind of just always pushed myself to keep going. Even at my JUCO when I got here, oh, you're from Jersey, the competition's different down here. So even then, I pushed myself to be the best on that team. And I've just had nothing but success after challenging myself. So I figured the more challenges I give myself, the more success I'm going to have.
When did you realize that was the best way to think? Because, I mean, most guys don't have that perspective through high school. You said your grades weren't the best. You didn't really put yourself in the best position to have a lot of options after high school. But when did you sort of go from that kind of small approach to, F it, I'm going through this once. I've got goals. This is my journey. I'm going to do this.
I got a taste of it in high school. That's when I created the whole "you can't stop me" thing. And then after my first year in JUCO, I met a kid named Hayden Herb, who went from West Virginia, went to New Orleans, went to Tampa. He went to all these different schools. He got the best of the best, the worst of the worst. But he was realistic here. So he just showed me the exact route. He didn't take me through it, but he showed me which way do I go. So I would say after my first year of JUCO is when I flipped that switch of, I can do this. I just need to put myself to get the work in.
Yeah. And you mentioned something that we've talked about before air here. You can't stop me. Tell us about that. We're not making millions off it yet, but someday, obviously, we're going to. Although I probably just gave it away to anybody who wants to steal it. But tell us what that means to you. Obviously, it's not, slogans are great, but when you actually live them, they're that much more valuable. And how did that come about, and what does that mean?
One of my old friends in high school had his own little motto called "Get Right." It was a basketball thing for him. So I just thought of it myself. You can't stop me, because after hearing all the hate, all the doubt, I was like, well, who you guys to say that? You can't stop me. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it to the best of my ability and see how far it can take me. So I started living it, like you said, adapted to the "you can't stop me" nature. And it's been like that since. That no one's been able to shut me down yet. No one's been able to hold me back. Even if I have to let someone go or bring someone down to go to the top, I'm willing to do it. It's just how I want to live. If you do stop me, you win, but no one's done it yet. You can't stop me lifestyle. Just keep going. Don't stop anything.
And you might win, but it's only temporary too, because I'm coming back.
For sure. There's no stopping it.
Yeah.
It'll be back. At the end of the day, we're overcoming. We're going to be on top.
Yeah. So one other thing that's tried to stop or slow you a little bit is that global pandemic COVID situation, right? I mean, crushed it. Short season crushed it in 2019, put yourself in a great position. All set for let's follow up in 2020, and the draft is, realistically a good shot. I mean, things changed there. The length of the draft got all out of whack. Tell us about that, situation and how that's affected your mindset and, maybe ultimately giving you a chance to grow for when that day does come.
I mean, that 2020 year, that was probably the best season of college baseball I've had. If I remember the stats correctly, it was around 48 innings pitched, 57 strikeouts with only 7 walks. 4 of those walks being hit by pitches. So I was really locating my stuff. Had a great shot at the draft. I was talking to a lot of teams deep into it. But then again, the pandemic hits, the draft gets knocked to 5 rounds. I don't get picked up. But again, I'm only 19 at that point, going on 20. In my head, I'm still young. I still have another shot at this. So again, we'll just keep working. We'll get them next year.
Yep. Now, what is your off-season routine like, and what is, everybody wants to do X, Y, Z to make sure they get better for the following season. What was or what has been your X, Y, and Z this year for, to make that impact at USF?
My XYZ has been working over at Kinetic Pro down in Tampa. Casey Mulholland, he really knows his stuff analytically and a lot logistically. So I've just been working with him about just making small tweaks, correcting my arm path and doing stuff like that. Not really getting better, just kind of prepping my arm and prepping my body, my mental state for this new season upcoming. So this, again, is my first D1 season. I'm looking forward to it, but it's going to come with some obstacles. We just have to power right through them.
Yep. Now we got a legit 4 pitches that we're throwing, right?
Yeah.
Tell us what you got. Tell us what we're where those pitches are right now.
So I got my fastball, which is sitting around 91 to 93 miles an hour right now, with 24 to 2,500 spin. So it's gonna come up on you real quick. Then I got my curveball, which originally I wanted to scratch, because coming into USF, I really didn't find it. I didn't have it. And at the time, I'm thinking, and we're in the fall, but I need to make an impression on myself. So I want to make sure everything I have is good. So I was going to scratch it originally. But I found it again. It's about 78, 79 miles an hour with 29 to 3,000 RPM spin rate. So that's back. It feels good. And then I mixed my slider and my cutter. I normally was 5, but I kind of merged them into one pitch just to minimize it, make it easier on myself. And that's around 85 to 86 miles an hour. There was one bullpen where it was 88, 89. And I was trying to always get back to there, but it just hasn't yet. And with the season coming up, I'm not going to try to do too much with it. So I'm just going to let it ride, let it as it is. And then, of course, I have my changeup, which is about an 8 to 10 mile an hour difference from the fastball. So that's hopefully going to play for me the most.
Yeah. What's and are you right now, I mean, are you looking or trending more as a starter or reliever or I mean, you kind of like the Swiss Army knife and put you in any role, but
yeah,
especially on an established team.
Yeah, I mean, I like to start. I've been a starter my whole life, but my last year in JUCO, I would start on a Monday, come out of the pen on a Wednesday, close on a Saturday, something like that. So I'm really comfortable anywhere. So wherever I'm going to get innings, put me in there, and that's what I want to do. And I'll find success for you.
Yep. And again, it goes back to just what's going to push them over the edge, right? I mean, what's going to get that final step? What's through this process, through this year, what's the one thing that you've learned about high level D1 baseball that maybe you didn't know?
I would say buying into the program. Because when I was at JUCO, a lot of kids came in with their own routines, doing their own things. And as soon as we got here, plyo work, band work, weightlifting, all the same for all pitchers across the board. So if you just buy in, you believe in yourself to do this work and it's going to have success for you, you're going to end up finding success. And so far, that's what I've been doing.
Favorite part about USF / Tampa Life?
Oh, I would just say the whole culture. The people here are great. As soon as I walked in the locker room, making friends, having jokes, even the people off the baseball team, as soon as I meet them, they're nice. It's just a great culture to be around. And hopefully I'm going to be down here for a long time.
Yep. But given that, and given that you haven't been back home really since everybody moved down a couple days after high school, what's the thing you miss most about North Jersey?
Oddly enough, I'm going to say the snow. A lot of people don't like it, but there's just parts of me that I want to wake up and just see white outside. It's been a while. That's been my favorite part. I always dress better in the cold. You can layer up. You can look nice. But I guess I'm going to say the wintertime. A lot of people didn't like it, but white Christmases, that's what I lived for my whole life. And now waking up on Christmas, it's 70 and sunny. It just kind of throws the whole vibe off of what Christmas is.
Yeah. Now, not a lot of people here are going to hear that and be all that sympathetic to you, I think.
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not expecting them to either.
Maybe the white Christmas part, that's a little bit kind of cool. But yeah, otherwise, I think nobody else is saying, well, geez, Ethan misses the winter. Let's kind of feel bad for him. It's only 70 and sunny every day.
Yeah, I mean, you take some, you lose some. It happens.
That's right. That's right. Hey, it's a choice. It's a lifestyle choice.
For sure.
Favorite part of Florida? Are you a Disney guy? Have you been there since you've been down?
I've been there a handful of times, but my high school would come down here for a week in spring training to play the ESPN Wild World of Sports.
Okay.
So we did all the parks for 3 years straight, and there's nothing really. There's nothing there for me too much. I'm more of a Busch Gardens guy.
NCAA tournament, obviously is certainly a goal for the team this year. I mean, it would be a new experience for you to play in the D1 tournament. What would that mean to you, experience wise, to get the chance to play on a team that makes the NCAAs and has some expectations to do a lot with that?
I mean, realistically, it's another step. I mean, I feel like the emotions will fly through when the time comes, but for right now, for me, that's just another step to take to get to the next level. It's about all I can really say on it right now, because again, I haven't experienced anything like it yet. So I can only say so much about something that's can only be in my head now.
For sure. What's the trip you're most looking forward to on your schedule this year?
Cincinnati. Never been to Cincy yet. I've never even been that west of the states yet. So just going out and exploring is going to be great. Actually, Tulane. I forgot we traveled to Tulane. That Louisiana sounds like it's going to be a good time.
As I say, letting you loose in New Orleans might not be the best idea.
Definitely not the best, but for a life experience, I think it's going to have a big impact on me.
Coach going to have to give you guys all like GPS trackers or something like that.
Wouldn't doubt it.
So you had an interesting experience growing up that not everybody knows.
Yeah.
Ethan Brown, the Lefty Star, did not start out as the Lefty Star.
Yes, sir.
I mean, Billy Wagner, should be in the Hall of Fame. At least I think so. Grew up a righty, turned over to lefty, and started throwing 100. It's amazing that, like, back in the day, before everybody did it, he was throwing 100 with his like opposite hand.
Yeah.
But tell us how you started out as a righty and switched over and what happened. I thought it was a pretty cool story.
Yeah, so the first baseball glove my mom ever got me was a right-handed glove. And me being a little kid, I'm thinking the nature of the game. If I get a glove in the right hand, or I get a glove on the left hand, I'm just supposed to throw it the right. So I always figured that's just how I do it. But it was always uncomfortable. And then just year after year, one of my coaches mentioned that I might actually be a lefty. So we went out, we got a left-handed glove, and I actually started throwing a lot more accurate, a lot harder. And it kind of just clicked to literally everyone that knew who I was at the time that this kid's born to be a lefty.
And that was the secret.
Yep. Just change the glove. Simple, but very complex to me at the time.
You wonder if there's like other guys like that and like in Little League and stuff that just are and
there might have been, and there probably still are today.
That's what I'm saying. Like whose moms mean well and they don't know, and it's like, oh, this is a baseball glove. I don't know. Just buy this one.
Exactly. I feel like that's exactly.
She's made it up to you since then. I'm guessing she's made it up to you since then.
I would assume, yeah. I mean, I have 2 lefty gloves hanging on my wall now, so hopefully 2 is better than 1.
We got it figured out.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing is we don't like horses very much.
No, not at all.
No, we've got an aversion to them. You kind of got kicked in the face by one. Is that what I hear?
It was bit.
Bit. That's right.
Got bit by a horse. Yeah.
Yeah. How did that? Why?
Just back in 2009. And we took a little family vacation to the Outer Banks in North Carolina. Why they chose that exact area, I don't know, but was God given that there are wild horses in the Outer Banks. So we're all just sitting on the beach, you know, enjoying a nice summer day. Me being 9 years old as a kid, having fun. I look to my left and there's a group of 3 grown horses just minding their business, walking right up to us. And I got scared. I'm small. I don't like big things just walking up to me, not knowing what they're going to do. And he just started smelling my legs. And then he looked up at me and I was just kind of straight face staring at it, terrified, not knowing what to do. Then he smelt my cheek and I guess he got hungry. He took a little nibble out on it and then just ran away. I don't know why he did it. I didn't ask him why he did it, but after that, I don't ever want to go near a horse again. I don't trust him.
So really, it's you can't stop me unless you're a horse.
Yeah. I mean, I would say I'm not going to say I'm not scared of him now. I'll definitely have to beat up a horse if I have to. It'll be a challenge, but I'd prefer just to avoid any kind of contact with one.
For the horse's sake, though, not for yours.
Of course, 100%.
Because it wouldn't be good for the horse ultimately. I think if you guys were to pick up again.
No, if I were to ever see that horse again, there's a brawl, and I'm not feeling too happy for him right now.
No, that is the you can't stop me lifestyle. We're coming back after that horse.
That it is right there, getting my revenge on that horse.
What's our goal? What's our goals for this year? Obviously, the draft is part of it, I'm sure, but that can't really be like a goal for you. That's kind of like the end result of what you do, I'm sure, right?
Yeah, I mean, my main goal is to go out there, be the best I can, execute my pitches, be able to locate, be able to show good velocity, and get guys out. There's not really much to it. I don't have too heavy of a thought process or a scouting report going into this. Again, it's a new program. I'm Division I now. I'm just going out there to try to make an impact for my team.
Yep. Let's finish it with this. A lot of guys watching this will be pitchers or whatever players on us from a smaller town. Obviously the geography up here. There's plenty of those small towns all throughout New Jersey, throughout everywhere. What do you say to the guy who hears that he can't get it done because, I mean, you're a small town guy. Why bother dreaming big?
Why bother dreaming big? Because what else is there to do? You can dream big, but don't shoot for that main goal. Take small steps at a time. If you're a high school ball player looking to go to college, don't look at the big schools. Look at the schools where you're going to realistically get playing time. And then just time after time, keep proving people wrong. That was my fire, proving everybody wrong. As soon as I committed D1, all my old coaches texted me, the ones who didn't really do much for me, congratulating me, doing all this, and I had to play nice. I was like, thanks, I appreciate you. But just proving people wrong at the end of the day, showing people that you can dream big and you can make those progressions happen.
Love it. You have so far. We know you're going to keep doing it this year. It's awesome that we were able to catch up here and share your story. And know we're going to be pulling and rooting for you and USF because of it.
I appreciate you guys for that.
Absolutely. Ethan Brown, our guest today, Jersey Baseball Show, powering the USF Bulls this year. We look good in green. We're ready to go. We're ready to take that last step and hope we catch you in Omaha at the end of the year.
Oh, we hope so too.
That's it for this edition of JBS. We appreciate you for watching and look forward to seeing everyone next time.